Hello Capricorn, welcome to my channel. To those of you who are new, I really hope that you enjoy the energy, connecting with me and the reading. For those of you who are back, it's great to have you back. I am channeling your zodiac messages for the month of May. Capricorn, I welcome you, and I believe that this message is much needed at this point in time. Before I even started the video, I started to receive downloads, started to receive messages, I started to receive impressions, and I've had to restart this video a couple of times because there is a very strong sense of being very foggy, very uncertain, very unsure of self. This is your energy that I'm picking up, Capricorn. This is your energy that I've been picking up. Doubting self. So feeling very insecure. Just, even though there's no real evidence around you that you may find or have to confirm that there's any reason for you to feel this way, you are just feeling strange within your energy and strange within your body. And so that is what Spirit wants me to open up with now. I am going to be channeling your messages for the month of May, and my focus is going to be love. Your relationship with love, your journey in love, and how it affects the relationships around you and the situations that you have found yourself in of late. But Spirit knows what it is you need to hear. Sometimes other messages come through, and so we will just go with it. I'm going to ask you to keep an open mind. Allow yourself to take a few deep breaths. Settle into your intuition. Allow yourself to connect with Source and ask your guides and keepers right now in this moment to guide you and to come along with you as you enter this space, which I've already blessed. As you enter the sacred space to receive your divine messages, ask your guides and keepers to alert you to what is for you and what is not. Now, already as I've introduced the energy in this reading, you would already begin to know if this is going to be for you or not. Capricorn, this is a general reading. It is for the collective. So it might not resonate with everyone, but your guides and keepers know the messages that you need to receive, and so they will guide you to where you need to go to receive that. So allow yourself to sift and sort through what feels right and what doesn't, what feels like it resonates and what doesn't, and sometimes what feels uncomfortable for you or what makes you question, that doesn't quite sound like, I don't think that's me, but I'm not sure, means you just need to give it a little bit of another look, because sometimes we have behavioral patterns or we have ways of showing up in our energy that we're not aware of, and it can be misleading in what it is that we draw into our lives. So to keep an open mind, to be willing to embrace and accept whatever messages are yours that are going to serve your highest good, okay, because that is what it's about in any case. Right, Capricorn, if you are new here and you don't know me, first time watching me, I am Elif. I am a no tools medium, born gifted. I channel most of my message. I read the cards. I interpret what they are saying, and I use them to add a little bit of fun and clarity to the reading and to just give more perspective. Most of what it is that I do is me bringing you communication and channeling messages based on your energy, based on your situation and what your guides and keepers want you to know. So everything that I am saying throughout this reading is actually a part of your message. Even if it seems as though I'm expressing a personal opinion or a personal story or an analogy that I just seem to think makes sense, it is part of your message. Spirit shows me, gives me impressions into your situation, shows me pictures and images, tells me things, shares messages with me, and that is what I am relaying. So please bear that in mind. Okay, I'm going to begin for you, Capricorn. I've already shuffled and blessed, as I've said before. The other thing that Spirit is wanting me to share with you, because as I was shuffling the cards, meditating upon your energy, entering the space to channel you, there was two cards that needed to show themselves to me, and Spirit shared this message. And so I need to just highlight the fact that you are feeling an uncomfortable energy in your body, and it's very much in your mind. There's a sense of insecurity which links into what I said at the beginning of this video, but it shows up in your mental capacity, with you having doubts and thoughts about whether or not the people in your life that you care about are using you. And you suddenly have this fear of being used. You know that it's possibly irrational, but you can't help but you can't shake it, and so you can't help but wonder if there's some sort of truth there that you need to pay attention to and that you need to be aware of. So what Spirit wants you to know is that even though you are you are possibly very much in your present moment, trying to enjoy what you have in your life, trying to enjoy where you are, there is a lot of your energy. And some of you, it has shown up in your health, in how you feel in your body. You've been feeling run down, having colds, being a bit chesty, but other health conditions might have come up for you of late. And so this is confirming what I'm going to be sharing with you. You're still stuck very much. A lot of your resonance is stuck in past experiences and traumatic experiences. You need to detox. You need to filter that. You need to work through that. And you need to release that. Take from it what it is that you were meant to, what you were looking for in that situation, whether it was a lesson, whether it was you discovering new things about yourself, whether it was you gaining and obtaining deeper understanding into who you are, into situations, into relationships, whatever that may be. Allow yourself to sit with it, dedicate the time, work through it and process it, because it might not be at the forefront of your mind, but there's a lot of old resonance with either disappointment or being used, and maybe that's what's come up, or insecurity, or doubting, reasons to then doubt yourself, trauma around relationships, whatever that may be, that you still carry in your body, and it's showing up as dis-ease. So that is the first thing Spirit wants me to share with you, Capricorn. So as you can see, I don't try and do a reading that is going to fit everybody. That is not my intention. I'm not here to fit into and sort of meet everybody's expectation for a message, whatever anybody might want. I'm here very specifically to channel for very specific people, and if it is your story, you will feel it you will feel it in your soul self. You will feel it at your core. You will know, that's what I've been dealing with. That's me. That sounds like my story, because it is very, very specific. So you will know if it's for you or not. Now, the other thing that Spirit wants me to just highlight is most of what you are experiencing and your energy vibration getting low, and you feeling frustrated, irritable, or triggered or insecure in situations now, is irrational. There are a lot of situations in your life that are really as good as they are. You are doubting people that have been good to you. You are doubting people that are wanting to show up in their best capacity because you are afraid, because of past experiences. But you need to know that you are protected, you are covered, and there is justice in your life and in your energy in the present. But you're doubting that because you are not fully present in this time frame, this time space, because you are still partly in the past in terms of your cellular memory and the energy vibration in your body. You have been through things, and you've allowed yourself to be in situations for far too long, and you've allowed yourself to not process certain situations and scenarios due to fear and feeling, I'm not going to cope with it, I just need to get ahead. And due to it's actually also just part of your way of just staying stuck for too long. Okay? That is what's showing up a lot in your energy at the moment. It's got nothing to do with what is actually happening in your life right now. Now, where you find yourself, Capricorn, is you need to stop and acknowledge that the way that you have moved through your life experiences and your various trauma, the things that it keeps coming up for me: grief, 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 lots of grief. Capricorn, you don't grieve well. Those of you who I'm speaking to, you know that what I'm saying is true. The past few years, and it seems like a big bulk of your life, has been one battle after the other. Most of it has taken place inside of you internally. You have not given up. You are still keen and eager to embrace life and to live the life that you want. You are still eager and keen to connect with life in a beautiful way. But you do still carry the battle scars, and that is what I've been speaking into. Now, you need to be willing to stop and rest. You need to be willing to see it as if it is this break, this pause in between what has been and what you are moving into, so that you can allow yourself to heal and to grieve and to do what it is you need to do. You have to get out of your head. The thing that is making this phase, which is supposed to be one where you are not moving into your life, moving forward into the next moment and the next day with so many wounds and aches and pains and battle scars. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that to feel that it's normal or it's okay or that you are worthy of the goodness coming into your life. You can allow those to heal, and you can leave them be where they belong, which is in the past, in your history. But what you are trying to do is you're feeling insecure, and so you're not trusting that you can rely on your emotions. And I understand where that's coming from. A lot of your emotional triggers are not actually based on anything that's happening in this moment in time. So there is wisdom in that. However, you are trying to overcompensate by being too logical about everything, too much in your head. And you're doing that because you are afraid and you don't want to mess things up. There are some things that we process and we work through, and we understand that there is a way that we do that. So when we want to go and experience and take a dive and a cleanse in the ocean, for example, and we want to be one with the ocean and the power of the ocean and what water brings and the cleansing and all of that, that beautiful energy, we know and we understand that it means we are going to get wet. And it means that we are going to be in there for a while, and everything that is associated with land is not going to exist for a while. We are going to be immersed in it, we are going to enjoy it, we are going to play, and we are going to allow ourselves to be one with that energy. And when we come out, we're going to be wet. We will have to perform another ritual so that we can feel comfortable again, but we are not going to think about that until we come out of the water. When you are needing to go through a process that needs to, where you need to delve into your heart space because there's grief, or you need to delve into who you are in terms of relationships, what your relationship with love has been, wherever it is that you need to do your work, what your relationship with loss has been, whatever it is for you. then it's not going to serve you to approach it as though you are approaching a project at work, as though it is a project that needs your mental capacity and that needs a rational plan and an A, B, C, D, and that's all you need to put out, and you're going to go according to that. You have to be willing to open up your heart chakra and to allow yourself to be emotionally vulnerable in that space so that you can go in there, be compatible with it. Understand that it might be uncomfortable, it might feel a little bit messy, you might feel strange because you don't spend a lot of time there, but you need to be okay with doing that. You are trying to work through things that are very, very much rooted emotionally in your head and in your mind, and the two areas are separate. This shows that you are coming across as very cold and detached in the areas of your life where you are emotionally invested. And you could be experiencing that people seem distant and detached, but it's actually your energy. So what happens is, whatever your energy is what you align with, and that's what you create in the life around you. That's what you're going to call into your energy space. What's brought you to this place is that everything, so many different ingredients and situations and relationships in your life have come in to support you loving yourself first. You've started and you've immersed yourself and you've really enjoyed moving in this direction of loving yourself first, connecting with divine love. Now you've reached a certain level and a certain layer in that, and old stuff, debris is coming up because there are triggers at that level, okay, that are associated with these old patterns, these old situations that you put yourself into that are not that very old if you think about it. Some of them have still been very much a part of your life into the beginning of this year, towards the end of last year, and was a part of your life for a long time, where you allowed yourself to be in situations that were not in alignment with self-love. So there's a lot to work through there, which is not so much to do with the people that you had these experiences with, but more with your relationship with yourself and how you treated yourself in these situations. Now there are these triggers that are coming up for you. And logically, people think that, well, if I'm frustrated now, if I'm unhappy now, if I'm feeling anxious now, if I'm feeling insecure now, if I'm feeling annoyed now, it must be someone around me that's doing that now. But nothing that you ever feel in your body, nothing that you ever experience in your reality, nothing that is strong resonance in your energy has anything to do with anybody else ever. And if you don't know this yet, let me be the first to tell you. Even when you are out in traffic and you are irritated with all the terrible things that you see everybody doing around you, that has more to do with you than it has to do with anybody else, because there are at least 5 other people sitting in the same traffic that you are in that does not see what you see. They're seeing other things that they experience to be pleasant. Now, you can have a million different reasons and excuses for why you think that happens. Perhaps they're ignorant, perhaps whatever. You can, and that is all part of your story that contributes to how you feel within your body and in your situation at this moment. And it is one of the fundamental things that prevents people from enjoying where they find themselves and all the goodness that they find themselves in. When we are unhappy, when we feel uncomfortable, when we don't like what other people do, we feel that it's their behavior, it's someone else's behavior. But it is not other people. It doesn't matter how other people behave or how they show up. Their behavior is always associated with them and their lives and their journey. It shouldn't have an effect on your journey. You cannot be triggered negatively if the button does not exist inside of you. So it is never ever really about the other person. It is always about you. You've had a lot of good times, and then all of a sudden you found yourself going into this dip of just feeling a little bit of strain when it comes to relationships out of the blue. And it doesn't make sense because nothing really happened. You were just happy. And is it possible that when you've allowed yourself to be in situations where you are unhappy, where you have been hurt and dishonored, that when you find yourself being in a situation where you feel happy and you feel you are in good company, that you doubt it? Because this sudden stir of emotion that's come up is obviously old stuff that your soul knows you need to. This is not healthy, toxic energy in your body. You need to release it. And the association that you have to these experiences, you need to release. So you are realizing that you are needing to take a good look at situations, and you've gone into, a lot of you have gone into the hangman energy, where there's this time out, where you are just taking a step back, spending that time with yourself, taking a step back so you can look at and gain new perspective on what it is that you've suddenly started questioning and that you've suddenly started feeling uncomfortable about within yourself and within the relationships around you. Capricorn, you can spend lengthy periods of time avoiding things, taking time out in solitude, taking a break. But a lot of that is you just detaching and hiding from what it is that you need to address. And what you need to do in this moment in time, and I believe that many of you are acutely aware of this, is that you need to start opening yourself up to the realization that if you don't stop avoiding this journey into yourself, that for some reason some of you are a little bit nervous about, a little bit fearful of, that there are many things, philosophies, belief systems that do not really serve you. Old wounds, relation and perspective of those wounds and those experiences, how you see yourself and how you formed beliefs around yourself and life and everything, that is going to rob you from being happy when you arrive in those spaces in your life that you've been waiting to arrive in. You know, when you're in the desert for a long period of time, all you can think about is water and that oasis of water. And sometimes you even doubt that you can get there, and you think you may not ever get there, and you just have to be okay with this is the way it is, and you might just die in the desert. And then when you see that oasis of water, you can't help but wonder if you are imagining yourself. So what I'm seeing for you, Capricorn, is in this month, in the month of May specifically, these energies that you are dealing with and where you are right now, you are not going to be able to avoid, because it's uncomfortable in your body, and you are going to have to come to the acceptance that it's actually about more than that. It's more about what's going on inside of you and what needs to be addressed, what you carry around that is unnecessary, than what is actually happening around you, outside of you. You are making the choice at the moment between the kind of love that is comfortable, that doesn't push and pull too much, and realizing that what it is you want, which is a real, deep, authentic love, the kind that blows your world open and helps you to reach new heights in your life, and is actually the kind of love that requires that you strongly align with choosing yourself, with choosing the parts of yourself that are real, and with getting rid of the parts of yourself that you've had to adapt for survival. You have had, many of you have had someone new come into your life of late. And if they haven't yet, they will. This is the time period now. There is someone that is coming to your life. And this could also be one of the things that's causing you a little bit of emotional pressure or anxieties. Is, what is this? And this is great. And, those kinds of things. Because someone special is coming to your life. A brand new opportunity in love. This person is offering you equal give and take. This person is emotionally available to you. This person is wanting to be connected to you at the heart center. That is what they are offering now. You're an earth sign, and earth signs are very, very focused on measuring success and connecting with feeling secure on the earth plane. So materialistically, you have to, things need to be in place, and you need to be able to see that I'm doing well from a materialistic point of view. I want to see that it's tangible, then I know it's real and I'm going to be safe. This person is not coming to offer you that, because when it comes to love, at the core and at the heart of it, emotional availability is the foundation that one reaches for before you look at someone and you sort of wonder, is this person going to be able to take care of me? Is this person going to be able to add value to my life financially? Is this person doing well? Are they successful? Do they have this? Do they have that? Or are they going to be leaning on me or relying on me excessively now? Everybody's got their own perspective with regards to this, but I think many of us have learned by this time that, and if not, then it's something that we need to consider. It's something that you need to allow yourself to ponder upon. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share this with you in this moment, and perhaps you already understand this, perhaps you have insight into it, perhaps you've heard of it, and perhaps you haven't. Either way, let's think about this. You get to want and have anything that you desire in this world. Okay? There is nothing that is too much. But the idea or the premise that we can expect to obtain those things through others is flawed. So you might want 10 things that you believe are going to make you happy and you believe you deserve. And then you think 3 of those things you should get through your romantic partner, because a man is supposed to take care of me and this and that and the other. 2 of those things you feel you should get from your mom. Another 3 things from this friend, 2 from that friend, 2. Okay, now, nobody is responsible for your happiness. Nobody. A relationship is supposed to be one which you approach with, what kind of value can I add to this life, to this relationship? What kind of value can I add to this person's life? I have love to offer them. You should never feel that you need to express your love through things, or that you are only capable or worthy of being able to express your love if you have certain things or you've obtained certain things, because then people are not in a place where they are ready to meet you at your authentic core self. And in order for you to be willing to meet someone else at their authentic core self, which is where love is enough, and someone respecting me is enough, and someone coming to the table with everything that they have for themselves, and we just get to share, it means I've not yet been willing to meet myself at the level where I am willing to see me as being enough, despite of having this or not having this. Okay, so we all desire love, but real love requires a level of rawness and a level of unconditionality. And some of us are just not ready for that. And that's okay. But we need to then be honest with ourselves, and we need to be willing to acknowledge that. And we need to accept that we will always feel like something's missing until we have that. And so either we're going to align with that. So either we're going to do the work where we get to meet ourselves at that level where it's enough, whether we have this or don't have that, and where what we have is enough, and we create the space in our lives to welcome more through directly to us and in any way that it comes, but without placing the expectation upon another person to have certain things so that they can come and take care of you and add value to your life financially or in any other way, or with status. Okay, so I'm not saying that this person that's come into your life doesn't have the capacity to do those things. This person just is at a place where they believe that what you deserve is the kind of love that is not dependent on whether having this or having that, you know, which is a more, they just want it to be pure and down to earth, and whatever gets built upon that, they believe will be good. You are feeling the need to see more evidence of certain things because you're a little bit worried about, okay, what else do they bring to the table? Now, this is a tricky one. And please remember that the roles can be reversed. It is seldom though, because I know the energy that I'm channeling. And Spirit gives me, so for a few of you it might be reversed, but most of you, I'm speaking into your energy. This person that's coming to your life has gone through certain lessons and where they understand that things come and go. But they've spent a lifetime searching for a sense of belonging and a real sense of love. And so that is what matters to them. And you've asked for real love. You desire it. You've called it into your life. And if you are questioning or doubting that that is going to be enough, then in your energy you are starting to repel and reject the beautiful gift that has come into your space. Because that is what this is. I've got the Ace of Cups here that's come into your life, which is symbolic of and speaks of two people loving themselves first. It also speaks of the divine love, heavenly love, agape love, that opportunity of it and the seed of it being sown into your life, and you then you have the potential to grow that. You have the potential to nurture that and make that something amazing. It is just a seed, but just a seed is everything. You get to decide what you do with just a seed. Okay? You have friends. You have people in your life that really love you. Good people. There's a lot of love for you here. You need to get out of your head with this. This person that's coming to your life is a deeply spiritual connection. And this person is not only coming to bring you love, also coming to help you to understand that there are certain lessons, not lessons, but there are certain, perhaps we can call it lessons. There are certain knowings and a certain energy that you need to connect with, which is strongly associated with loving yourself and accepting yourself and accepting that there is a choice between what we consider to be worldly things or the flesh or temptation or just short-term comforts and satisfaction, and long-term sustainable love. And if we obtain the long-term sustainable love and it's rooted within us, then the other things can come and go, because it doesn't really matter. We get to enjoy those other things. It doesn't mean we can't enjoy them. But the foundation is going to be in this, allowing yourself to choose the best version of you now. You click with this person. You click with them. You feel good with them. They're good. They are good for you. It's fresh. It's new. It's a nice energy and love that's coming to your life. You are enjoying it. Where you are experiencing discomfort is in yourself. It's your own stuff. And your person could be dealing with that in their own way as well. Because there is a bit of mirroring here. What you are hoping for is that this opportunity for you to build the life that you want with this person, you are hoping that the two of you are able to grow that. That the two of you have what it takes to grow that and to make the most of it. And you are really, really hoping that you don't have issues around finances moving forward. I don't see that happening. I'm going to clarify. I'm going to look into the message more. But what Spirit is saying to me, I don't see that happening unless you make money the focus. Unless you give money more power than it deserves. This month, you have a lot of stuff pushing up emotionally, even though you should be happy because beautiful energy surrounds you in your life. You have to heal from your heartbreak and your sadness that has been excessive in your life for far too long, and that is what you need to be addressing at this moment. Because you cannot fully enjoy and immerse yourself in the goodness and the happiness if you are still walking around with a big sword in your chest. The Three of Swords. Okay? It's not even in your chest. You're just holding on to it. You see how that guy's holding on to it? It's not even real. But sometimes we've lived in a certain energy for so long that it becomes our truth. It's what we know, you know. So you need to deal with that, the stuff, the heart-centered stuff. You're wanting to build. You're in a place where you are building, where you're wanting to build. You want to add value to every aspect of your life, and you want partnership in that. But what that means is that sometimes you need to release the reins, and you can't be too focused on one particular area. The value of partnership is that I have my perspective and you have your perspective. And there's value in my perspective, because in my perspective there are things that you would have missed because your perspective is elsewhere, and vice versa. And so we need to understand that even though you don't see where my focus is as being important, I do. And so there must be value in that, and you should respect that, and vice versa. Your stubbornness to sometimes just sit down and process what it is that you are feeling, and your impulse to deal with whatever you are feeling inside of yourself, outside of yourself, means that it shows me that you are sometimes unwilling to acknowledge the parts of yourself that there are things in you that are not helping your situation, but you seem to prefer to just keep them buried and not to address them at times, and this is not good. You need to understand that upon entering a journey of self-love and having love come into your life, there is an opportunity for newness and for love to grow, because that is what you deserve. There is an automatic life cycle that comes into play, because there are all things that need to die in your ego, in your belief system, in your concepts, in your perspectives regarding certain things. That's not always comfortable, and it can be scary, but that you need to welcome that. What you also need to give space for is that the person in your life needs to take the space to do the same, because they have to do the same thing. There's certain things that need to, paradigms, ego constructs, belief systems that need to die out. You have to die in order to get to heaven, you know. That's just the way that it is. You go through these soul and these ego deaths. Look, it would be nice if you had someone coming into your space that had already done all this work, that had already gone through all these life-death cycles, and that is in a place where they've already built everything that they want, career-wise and financially, and they are secure within themselves. They've dealt through their childhood traumas, their issues, and they just show up with everything that they've gotten accumulated. But you didn't ask for that. You know why you didn't ask for that? Because even if we ask for things with our mouths, or if we think that we want certain things, the strongest call and the strongest pull in your life in terms of what you manifest and call into your life is your energy. So and it's clear here for me, you've avoided healing and working through certain things. You've dealt with certain things when you were forced to, okay, I have to deal with this now, because now this is becoming uncomfortable. But you didn't just look at your bowl and say, there's all these things I need to deal with, I'm going to address them and I'm going to get through them. No, you thought, I'm not ready, this is too much, but okay, this I have to deal with now. You've avoided it yourself for a long time. So what you have called into your life is this beautiful connection, this beautiful relationship, where the two of you still have a lot of growth to do, and the two of you have to be willing to grow together and build together. Now, when two babies are teething in the same house, it's not always going to be fun and games. But that's what you've called into your life, and that's what you've signed up for. And so you have to prepare yourself mentally for that. If you wanted to call into your life someone that's already done most of their work and they are already in the energy of, I'm together, I have everything, I just want to share it with somebody, I feel. Okay, so what I was saying is, if you wanted to draw into your life someone that had already done all the work and they could just come and say, hey, I like who I am, I like everything that I have, and now I'd just like to fit you into that story, then you should have done the same thing. But that's not what you signed up for. That's not what the two of you signed up for. So you need to be willing to do work here. Okay? This is what you've called into your life. The kind of work that means, I love you enough to give you space to grow and to support you in that. And I love me enough to take my space to grow. And I expect you to support me in that, you know? So this is the message for you, Capricorn. You have to take this time to allow for the balance to come back into your life. You have to allow yourself to release that sword, that old heartbreak, the grief. You need to allocate a period of time, work through the grief that you didn't do, complete the grief that you didn't do, and you need to allow yourself to do that and to heal. You also need to challenge yourself and to create space to be honest with yourself about the areas that you are avoiding because emotionally they just feel like too much work. The things about yourself that you overlook that sometimes allows you or forces you or brings you into an energy of showing up as the not so nice version of yourself. You don't like it, but you can't just ignore it and expect it to go away. There are reasons why your energy emerges in that way. Address it. Okay, you have moments where you wonder if you don't actually rather just want to be single moving forward. But this is also fortunately dissipating and moving out of the way, those moments. Be aware of that, because remember now, your energy is always going to call into your life what it is that you want. So Capricorn, this is your reading. There's so much more here that Spirit would like for me to share with you, but I've gone over time, and that's why my video stopped, and I've had to restart it just to close off here. If there's anything that you feel you want clarity upon, or if you feel that this message resonates with you and you would like to have a personal reading and a personal look into your situation, you are welcome to contact me, Capricorn. My email address is in the description box below. You can contact me for a personal reading, okay? If you enjoyed this reading, then please remember to leave me a thumbs up and to comment. Let me know how it resonates with you. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that whenever I post readings, you are able to see it as it comes up. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to channel your energy. I believe that this will serve your highest good. Thank you so much. Love and light. I will see you next time.